Hello, y'all. Don't mind me as I set things up. I don't know why, but for some reason, my channel, y'all, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I just finished eating and I was just like relaxing for a little bit. And so I'm pretty sure my lips are like red still. So unprepared. My head's cut off too. Let's see. Let's see. Hello. Hello. Alright, y'all not gonna be able to see my cards, right? Oh, no, that's gonna bother me. Let's see. No. Does my hair, do y'all care about my hair more? Or the cards? Okay, that works. Hello, everybody. How are y'all? Don't mind me, I'm putting on some chapstick. Can y'all hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? I'm gonna be doing, I have a couple other things I need to, like, post up real quick. I just launched, I'm starting to do the monthlies for the month of December for the zodiac signs, and I just did the fire signs. And yeah, I just put those as live, so I'm like trying to like wrap everything up there. But let me just make sure. I'm also gonna bring up the chat on my computer so I can see y'all's comments. I saw you were saying y'all were saying hi before in the chat, but oh, there we go. There I am. There we go. Okay. Catch up on chat. Okay. Hello, Diamond, Maverick, Isaiah, Sugar Tears, Star, Slate. Yes, you did make it on time. My mom, thank you for asking, AK. I actually have not talked to my mother today. So, an update on that. For those that don't know, my mother is, listen to me telling my mom's business. My mother is in the hospital right now. I think, as far as I know, she's doing all right. They found a couple of masses on her pancreas, and there's some type of internal bleeding going on that they don't know the source of that bleeding. So, we're just trying to like figure that out, I guess. But yeah, that doesn't matter. We don't need to. I appreciate you guys, you asking me, AK, but I don't want to be too much of a vibe kill. I always feel insecure anytime I talk to you guys because it feels like I'm always being sad on something. Like I feel like I'm not being uplifting enough for y'all. And whenever I'm like connecting with y'all, and I always want to be able to like make y'all feel better. I don't want y'all to like feel sorry for me or anything like that. Life goes on, right? Hopefully things will, all you can really hope for is that things work out in the best way. But I still have, so give me a moment before I start doing readings for y'all. I'm gonna just still be chatting with y'all a little bit while I get ready. I still have cards out from the last tarot reading I was doing, so I haven't had time to shuffle everything up. How are y'all doing today? How are y'all doing? Have y'all had dinner yet? It's pretty late. Honest to God, I don't know why I decide 8 p.m. to do these live streams. I'm gonna be completely real, because it's like, even now I'm just like feeling a little bit groggy, so I can't imagine those who are in other time zones. But I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me during this time. It's gonna be really fun to see how this progresses throughout the month. But I'm really excited to do my version of Vlogmas in this type of fashion, because it'll just be nice to be able to connect with y'all. Honestly, you're exhausted. I feel that. I really do. And it's like just the beginning of this month. Honestly, now that I'm able to see, tell me if y'all are the same way. Now that I'm able to see the Christmas lights, even though I am the biggest Grinch ever, like I really don't enjoy the holidays. I don't like Christmas music or anything like that. I don't like decorations besides lights, because, well, even lights, they have to be like tastefully done. But I'm just not that big of a holiday person. But anytime, like when I'm seeing like the Christmas lights and stuff now, it just like, for someone like me that just like anywhere they go, it's just, I'm just like constantly like either people watching or just like taking in the environment. That sounds weird. Um, I really just enjoy the ambiance that lights provide. If I'm looking over here, it's because I'm looking in chat. You're such a gremlin. Yeah, I usually am such a gremlin as well. I always am such a night person usually. I don't know what it's been lately that I just, like, right around this time, I've been crashing and burning. I feel bad too because I was supposed to hang out with a couple of good friends the past couple of nights, and I have just, like, fallen asleep around this time, and, like, I would just, like, wake up at, like, 3 o'clock in the morning and, like, with a bunch of unread messages. I'm like, oh, whoops. Guess I was supposed to not be a bad friend in that regard. Hello, Horlock. How are you? I am live every single day. Thank you, Ingrid. I'm going to be shuffling. I have one more deck that I need to be shuffling, and then I can start taking people for some readings. But, yeah. What did y'all eat today? Y'all, that's like my question that I ask everybody. If you're gonna be my friend, every time I talk to any of my friends, they already kind of know the question that's gonna be coming is like, what did y'all eat today? I like to live vicariously through my friends of like, I don't know why. It's one of those like fascinating things for me to know what, like, I don't know. I feel like it's such an interesting thing to hear like the everyday diet of people that you talk to. Vegan taquitos. That sounds really good. Tofu chicken, chicken noodle soup, rice beans. Y'all are always eating so good. Hello. Anyone that shuffles cards, like, I don't know if I can show this. Well, yeah, I can. Up over here. There'll be times that I will like mess up my shuffles. Like I'll avoid doing these type of shuffles before I record because like I'll sometimes mess it up somehow. Where like I will just like miss each other entirely, so I just like bend the cards for no reason rather than having them overlap. Salad with some raspberries, smothered chicken, vegan chili. I really enjoy vegan food, even though I'm not a vegan myself. I don't like to be limited in how, like, when I eat. I probably eat vegan or vegetarian at the very least, unintentionally, like 5 days out of the week. But I like to be the kind, like, I don't like counting my calories. I don't like paying attention to, I mean, I do nutrition to a certain point, obviously, but I'm not ever going to be that person that's like, oh, I don't want carbs, or it's like, I've had too, like, no, 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 no. You bend them to the side like that because your hands are small. Yeah, usually, because I have like big old man hands, I'm not really ever insecure. I'm insecure about my hands right now because my nails need to get done. But like I have giant hands, so I usually can just handle most cards. It's just like a matter of like right now we have like a mess like this. Yeah, I feel like I forget who I said this to, but I feel as if tofu, for someone to not like tofu, unless it's like the texture or something, obviously, but I never understand people that don't like fully like tofu just because it's like, do you just not know what to season, like what to season it with? Because it's like, yeah, tofu is one of those things that just take on the flavors or whatever you use to season, and it's like, as long as you just go ham with some type of seasoning, as long as it's not just salt, like if you just got like a Cajun seasoning or something, you could just go ham on seasoning and just have like a wonderful meal. Cookies. Y'all are eating good. Listen, if we're gonna be doing this every single day for the month of December, y'all need to start bringing some stuff over here for me, or bringing in some recipes for me. All right, so I'm gonna do a couple more shuffles, and then in chat, how we're going to do this chat is, I acknowledge that people like to have like them be seen and make sure that they're not missed when it comes to requesting for a reading. But I'm gonna be blunt here, and we're gonna be like Auntie Velka here. My name's Patrick, so I was gonna say Patrick. Um, I don't like it when people start spamming my chat asking for readings. I take a mental note. I may not say your name, but I make a mental note of when you are asking for a reading, and I don't like to force it, right? I like to, whenever like I feel energetically called to you in that moment, that's when I'll do the reading. And I promise you, we're gonna be doing this every single day. Y'all are there's not a single day that y'all are not gonna see my face for a reading. So I promise you, if you're patient with me, I'll be patient with you. And whenever I do ask for whoever's next, like, then just let me know about it. Let me know then of when for like another reading. But I do promise you, like, I make a mental note of it. Because it's just like, here's the thing. I want to be able to talk to you guys. And if the entire chat is just filled with like someone repeating like the same question over and over, or repeating that they want to have a reading, I can't see the chat and interact with y'all. So hello, Tree Marie. Yeah, that's like the one kind of like boundary that I have. And don't feel bad for anyone that has. I know that's kind of like that's been like my thing. Like I didn't set like the premise beforehand, and so I also acknowledge from the other end of things. So just wanting to have your comment seen, because that's just how it works usually, right? But it is like I'm promising you, because it's like I like to have keep a good rapport with y'all. I make a mental note of it. I promise you I will get to you. I just don't like rushing those kind of things when it comes to readings. I could do like a chronological order, but I don't wanna. So let's get into this reading, right? Janet, I saw Janet already. I know she was waiting for one. Um, so I'll do a little spread for her. But while I'm doing that, let me see how I can so I can like not look all the way over here to see y'all. Also, let me apologize to y'all that are here now. I always feel bad about my channel, and I have to get over it eventually anyways, right? But I always feel bad with how much I post every single day. So I do appreciate you guys that do like still choose to subscribe to me with the amount that I'm posting every single day. I'm super appreciative of it. So yeah. Okay, there we go. I have my laptop properly set up. You're doing a cord cutting for some people, but thanks to myself, if a reading might be able to give you guidance. Okay. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me as well. I think I said this already before, but it's always such a... I don't take it for granted for you guys to take time out of your night or evening or day, wherever y'all are, to hang out with me. I always am super appreciative when you guys do it. So, for you, Janet, I'm going to be pulling a few clarifiers, but I'm going to try to keep the readings kind of short so I can get to as many people as possible. For you, Janet, we have 9 of Fire, 6 of Water, and then Ace of Earth for you. I'm going to show these cards real quick, and then I'm going to just start breaking it down. 9 of Fire with the 6 of Water, this is kind of letting me know, I can't help but feel either this is kind of talking about some type of, I don't want to say confrontation because that sounds aggressive and not really in the way that I want it to mean. I just feel as if there's like, because 6 of Water talks about romanticizing the past in some type of way, or something from your past, some type of past energy becoming relevant in your life right now. With that 9 of Fire, there's kind of like a push from spirit to, hello Caroline, hope I'm saying your name properly. There's the push right here to not be too much in your head about the situation. So this could be, let's go along with the narrative of if someone confronted you about something. Normally someone's reaction might be some type of insecurity, feeling like they did something wrong. But with this 9 of Earth and this Ace of Earth, this is kind of you, spirit, saying that you know what it is that you're doing, and to not internalize something that's directly happening towards you. Don't feel like you're doing something that's wrong in the situation, if that makes sense. But let's see. So yeah, we have, as clarifiers, we have the Tower card and the Ace of Cups, Random but cool glasses. I I know. I'm laughing, Serenity, just because it's like, my glasses, they're a couple years old. I need to replace them or get LASIK. I really want LASIK. But my glasses, they're super crooked. But I kind of like the aesthetic of them being crooked. I could have gotten them fixed so long ago. But I kind of like the aesthetic that they're crooked. But at the same time, whenever I'm like doing like a reading or something for anyone that doesn't already know me or know that I enjoy having my classes kind of crooked for some reason, I always get like low key kind of embarrassed about it. So that's why your fun comment made me laugh. um, yeah, I really am excited to do this Vlogmas stuff for tarot. But let me wrap up this reading for you, Janet. With this Ace of Cups coming in with this Tower card, inverted, this is like a interesting dynamic in that I really do feel like there is some type of again, like confrontation is not the word that I really want to put for it, but there is some kind of pushback towards something that someone that you kind of regarded towards like a high opinion, or someone that you felt in like someone that was intimately close to you in some type of way that could have some type of impact on you. I feel like this is kind of going along with the energy of an individual that, let's just say that you wanted to have like a bakery, right? You want to commit to having like your own bakery. I always like using that example. And it's through you trying to do this bakery, there seems to be some type of presence trying to stop you from doing this and trying to make it seem as if you're being crazy or irrational for doing this idea, right? But you do have the Magician card coming in as the clarifier, where it's a really good thing for you. The only thing is, with this Tower card being inverted, I do want to... Something that's unique with this tarot deck is, like, I know people associate the Tower card in and of itself as just, like, destruction. But if you look at this card, you see where it's two couples, like, falling out of this Tower card, right? They're upside down. But then when it's inverted like this, it's actually bringing these two couples together, right? Or at least that's how I like to view it. That kind of shows like how much of an optimist I am in that regard. So I feel like with how this is coming together and like the dynamic of the cards, I do feel as if you're being asked to push yourself in some type of avenue, Janet, even though you're receiving some pushback. And I feel like it's through the pushback that um, something not beautiful will come from it, like from that connection in itself. Not even talking about the bakery in itself. I do feel like if you were to set your ground or set your boundaries with something, that it would actually be really fruitful for you. I am not well today. A lot of anger. Um, I really am not. I'm not upset in the slightest, but I appreciate your concern. Hello, Teresa. Hello, Sarah. A lot of first timers. Yeah, I'm so glad that you guys are stopping by. And Regretless Life Tarot, she's such a sweetheart. Whenever we were connecting, it's just she's such a kind woman. Such a kind woman. Hello, Natasha. Yes, Serenity, I am a Libra. I am actually a Libra Scorpio cusp. So I'm on the October 20th. So I more so a Libra than Scorpio, but I am but yeah, Libra Scorpio cusp. I like take pride in being a Libra Scorpio cusp because I think I feel like that just kind of exudes the kind of energy that I have. Hello, Serener? Okay, so anyone that's new in chat, well, I'm going to be just going in a row. I hope that was resonant to you, by the way, Janet. Anyone that is looking for a reading, please let me know in the chat below, and then I'll just be picking as I feel that I feel called to. I hope y'all are doing well tonight, though. Right? I think, like, no one talks about cusps. Can I talk, like, can, like, everyone, like, attest to that? Like, I feel like no one talks about cusps. Like, I don't even think that no one ever does readings for cusp. I guess I shouldn't even be saying that as when I, like, don't do cusp readings myself, so I guess I'm calling myself out. That is something I would like to do at some point, if I have... I need to calm myself down from doing all these, like, tarot series that I'm doing. But like, yeah, like I wish people did like cusp readings, because it's like one of those things of being like figuring out. It's just like, oh, should I watch like a Libra one? I always just watch the Libra ones, or should I watch the Scorpio ones? But yeah, I feel like also like a Libra also always knows a Libra. I feel like Libra is just kind of like, you know, if you know. My best friend's a Libra as well. Let's see. Hello, Temple. All right, let's see. I am going to do Sacred Meow next. I'm gonna like also and my readings take a little bit longer at first, but once I get into the flow of it, you guys, I promise you it'll be so much easier. I'll be able to flow with the readings um a lot sooner. Yeah, I know it would be such a good niche, right? Like, honey. But it's one of those things where it's just like I keep on adding like more and more into my workload of every single like it's gonna come to a point where like, honey, I'm surprised my Mac has not like imploded with how much I'm like constantly uploading. I really am like super appreciative of you guys that are like patient with me and like are completely okay with having my face just like show up on your news feed every single day. Trust me, I acknowledge how obnoxious it must look and it must be to experience. The Leviathan reading was good timing. I'm glad the Leviathan reading helped and that you guys like the Leviathan reading. I'm in the Belial one as well. Yeah, that is something probably people who are not familiar with me that are outside of the zodiac readings. Um I'm firstly like known for my occult practices. Um so that's what everyone's talking about if you aren't familiar with the Belial and the Leviathan ones. All right, Sacred Meow. Let's get into this. So for you, Sacred Meow, we have the High Priestess card coming in, talking about your intuition. And then we have the Queen of Wands and the World card as clarifiers. So I'll break it down for what I'm like translating this message as at first, and then you can help me figure this out for you as well, Sacred Meow. So the thing with how I'm processing this is like the base of this reading, the base of this message is talking about something intuitive that you already know. So this is already letting me know that this is going to be some type of affirming message for you, where it's not going to really be bringing something to light. I don't really feel like for you, it's not going to be more of a surprise, but more so being like, oh, okay, like making you feel better about your path and whatever it is that you're trying to pursue. We have the World card and the Queen of Fire coming in, where Queen of Wands coming in, where there's like some type of change in perspective. Some type of change in perspective. This almost leads me to believe this is a lot of like a good energy of someone that Ace of Wands in the back of deck as well. This is leading me to believe that someone like you are almost like inspired to do something, Sacred Meow, and like what silly analogy can we use for this that will make sense? It's like such an energy as someone that like woke up one day and let's just say tarot, because it's easy, right? You woke up one day and you were inspired by watching a video on tarot. And so it's like through this where it's like think like you start shifting your life towards that, so you start doing things that go forward towards that path of like however you want your tarot to look, right? This World card comes in with this High Priestess. It kind of leads me to believe like for there to be such an affirmation, like spirit trying to bring in this affirmation for you to go forward with this, even with the cheater card coming in as well, asking you to set your intention and go forward with this kind of leads me to have to read in between the lines with tarot and have to wonder if there was like an insecurity in terms of some type of choice um, behind wanting to pursue something, right? We also have the Nine of Wands come forward for you as well. Sacred Meow. So that does lead me to believe as well of where it's like, again, that's like when with Nine of Wands, that's usually like the card of like empowerment, self-empowerment, and standing up for yourself, right? So there is like, I feel like this is more so bringing forward like a affirming message of being like asking you to go forward with something. But we'll see if I can pull a couple more cards to see. King of Wands, Ten of Pentacles for you, and Four of Cups. So I guess this is gonna just like address this where it's like, I mean, you have both counterparts here. You is talking about an extremely passionate energy. Feel with the Pentacle energy, this is talking about some type of foundational energy coming to a closure. So it'd be going on with that tarot example, right? Before you did tarot for a living, you worked a 9 to 5 job, being an accountant. Not that I'm telling you, Sacred Meow, to quit your job. Like, this is just tarot. Do not make life altering decisions based off of what a man in some makeup reading some tarot cards tells you. But what I am getting from this is where it's like the need to close some type of cycle, and you're not willing to close some type of cycle to go forward with something because you're not considering the options. Whenever the Four of Cups comes forward, it's spirit literally saying that you're ignoring some type of door being opened for you, some type of blessing being presented to you. You're ignoring something that spirit's trying to bring forward to you in your life, and they're just trying to bring awareness to that, Sacred Meow. So again, I'm not telling you to quit your, do not, honey, do not. Tarot is meant to just give you perspective, but I really would suggest for you to start reflecting on like the choices that you're making and see where you're basing those choices off of. So it's like when I ask you what is it that you want out of your life? Do you want some, like, is your answer going to be based off of what you truly want out of your life, or is your answer going to be based off of what you think is realistic for your life? Um, Sort of thing. Does that make sense? So it's like, are you watering down your decisions, or are your decisions influenced by other things that you don't want to admit that they are influenced by, or that you're not aware of, that you don't think of it initially as? Hello, Mei Ling. I hope that was helpful to you, though, Sacred Meow. I'm going to be doing Caroline next. Caroline? The Ace of, yeah, I saw you just said you had your tattoo for that. It's funny you say that. I really want to start getting tarot tattoos at some point. I really like, I want tattoos, like the places that I want tattoos the most. I want tattoos on my hands. I have like 6 or 7 tattoos now. My favorite one's on my scalp right now. I want tattoos on my hands, and I really want tattoos on my neck. Like, I want my neck covered entirely. I think neck tattoos are just so attractive. Hello, Emmy. All right. So Caroline, I hope I'm saying, if I do not pronounce your name properly, do not worry about the Lilith brought you forward, Jessica. That's cool. Um, do not worry about correcting me. I do not mind being corrected. I'd rather be corrected so I can say your name properly. I don't want to be disrespectful. So let's get into this reading, Caroline. We have, I don't feel like using this one actually. We have Five of Swords, King of Coins, and Seven of Cups for you initially. So I have, I always say this, that I have, one of these days I'm gonna have to wear a shirt that's not a turtleneck or a long sleeve, so I can show you my Lilith tattoo that I have on my shoulder. I have her N in sigil, right above or under Rossier's. Okay. Um, so I already have your clarifiers, Caroline. We have the High Priestess in reverse for your clarifier for your Five of Swords. So there's some type of connection that you, okay, let's break this down, right? Five of Swords is the representation of making the choice to be a bigger person in something. When it comes to the High Priestess being in the reverse, I always initially associate the High Priestess energy as like a protective energy, right? And it's also the self-explanatory, intuitive nature of everything. So when we have these two cards, this is kind of leading me to believe, Caroline, of like somewhat like how do I want to word this? It's like not that you're not being the bigger person in something, but there's like an energy that is like you're engaging in that just is not of your value, that is not doing you of any like doing you any service to where it is you're trying to go in your life. And where is it that you're trying to go in your life? You have the King of Coins with the Knave of Disc as, which is Knave of Disc, or Knave of Disc is Knave of Disc. Knave of Disc is Knave of Coins as well. So with these two cards, like you have, this is talking about foundational energy. This is talking about earthly desires of some sort. So with some type of energy that you're engaging in that's not too wonderful to you, it's almost leading me to believe of where it's almost like you're investing your energy into something that you're just not getting as much of a payout for. You're bearing your, like, you look at this card, you're bearing your heart out to something. You're bearing your heart out to have it be seen, have it be acknowledged, have it be appreciated. King of Coins comes in of where it's like whenever um like that's what you're trying to build up to. You're trying to build up your like it'd be like an energy of being like, hey, like wanting to have like those deep, meaningful conversations to like bring you closer together with somebody. And then we have the Seven of Cups with the clarifier with the King of Cups. I always say the King of Cups is someone, and I feel like this is like a separate energy. I always associate King of Cups with someone that is like, that will say that they feel like they don't need to show what it, like to say that I love you because like their actions speak for themselves. Hello, Jack. I hope you have a wonderful day at work, Jack. Thank you for stopping by. King of Cups, I always associate as someone that says, well, I feel like I shouldn't have to tell you that I love you because I like my actions show it. It should go without saying, sort of thing. So it's like, it's almost like you're trying to put energy and bare your heart to someone that either has other options or just isn't able to put their focus on you. I just feel like this is such an energy as someone that is just not, I say like they're like all take, but it's like I really don't mean this in like a criminalizing way because I don't feel like they are intentionally just trying to take from you. I just see this as an energy of where it's someone's engaging with something that just is like, that is not benefiting them as much as it could. They're not being valued as much as they could. Now, that could be you not valuing yourself and engaging in something that just is not, that you just know isn't fruitful to you, right? Because we do have that high priestess card did come in, where it just kind of feels like it's counterintuitive, right? That was unintentional for it to be that way, but it's one of those things where I used the smoking analogy before, where it's just like, you know, smoking's not good for you, but because you want to do it, you go forward with it. And so it's one of those things where it's like you're investing a bunch of energy, whether it's into smoking or whether it's into another person, that you just know isn't to your best, for your best, but it's like you don't want to let go of it, right? There's just like a sense of you don't want to let go of it for whatever reason. Insert X and Y reason as to why you don't want to let go of it. Good night, Em. Thank you for stopping by. All right, let's see. Hopefully that was helpful to you, though, Caroline. Let's see, let's see. Let's see. All right, Sarah H., were you saying that you were looking for a reading? Can you let me know, confirm in chat that you said that you were looking for a reading? Okay, yes, I got you, Sarah. Hello, Neko. Dr. Manhattan, what's up, Dr. Manhattan? How are you? I recognize your name. Gita, there is no list. I just go with whoever is I feel called to in that moment, but I can make a mental note that you are waiting for a reading, and so For everyone rather, I can make a mental note that you are waiting for a reading, but there is no wait list. I just go with whoever I feel called to in that moment. If you are looking for a personal reading, that's, I guess, where I can just plug my website at this point. If you're looking for a personal reading on something in specific, then that is where I'm going to reference you to go to my website and to book me on there. Or if you want something more detailed, or if you don't feel like waiting, rather. I will reference you to there. But these are only going to be general messages just because I'm not interested in doing question ones. I have a yes or no pick a card for those that would like to do question ones. I just like to have these be a little bit more free flowing. Maybe sometime in the future, I can do question ones just tonight. I just kind of want to do messages that I feel whatever spirit wants to have come forward, right? If I do question ones, then I would have like a list to do, since at that point we're not doing anything, it's nothing to do with energetic calling at that point, then it's just like answering questions, right? So for you, Sarah, we have Four of Wands, we have the Moon card, and then we have Five of Pentacles. Now for this, huh. I'm gonna pull some clarifiers for this before I speak on this, because, and again, I'm gonna just preface this and say that ahead of time that this is just, tarot is just for perspective. Hello, Isabella. I like whenever I'm doing live streams, I always like laugh at myself because it's like my reactions whenever, like, it's like a normal reaction for me, but it's like I forget my facial expressions, and so whenever I'm taking in the cards, like I usually will edit out my facial expressions because I'm aware like it's kind of unhinging to see like the kind of faces that I do. Mercedes, I just do on there's a different channel that I do weekly messages for a YouTube channel called Satan and Sons. It's the Coven channel that I do for with my Coven sisters, and so that's what they're talking about. Okay, so Sarah. I'm gonna be speaking in I'm gonna be speaking in terms of like one narrative, but it does not mean it has to be that way. You already know, you get it, right? Um, so we have the Four of Wands paired with the High Priestess card. So this is like the Four of Wands is the 1111 card, right? This is like the wish fulfillment card. This is like the card of like, I mean, if you look at the card in itself, like you're standing by the altar with somebody. When you have the High Priestess card paired with it, normally this wouldn't seem that too different, right? Normally this wouldn't seem that bad of a spread initially, but then we have the Moon card paired with the Nine of Fire. So something is revealed to you that kind of forces you to be put in a position of on the defensive with something, I feel. And I usually don't like doing these types of readings just because like I don't like to be the type of person that's like sounds ominous. I really don't like to have it be in an ominous way. So when you have this Moon card talks about revealing something, Nine of Fire talks about like being on the defensive with something. I pulled the Five of Pentacles for you, so there is some type of like, I mean, the card in itself is pretty self-explanatory, right? There is some type of pain happening here. And it's like, but it's weird in the sense of where it's like, I just dumped all my cards. It's weird in the sense of where, you know, in like high stressful situations where how some people react. Some people have like the stressful situation where they kind of like shut down, right? Or they kind of look to somebody else. You are kind of being called into during some type of high stressful situation that's kind of being foreshadowed with this Moon card here being revealed to you. You're being called to kind of take on the driver's seat in terms of the situation. This is like a time for you, from spirits trying to really suggest to you that you can't really I mean, this sounds so aggressive in a way of where it's like you can't really afford to break down. I don't mean it in a sense of where you can't afford to break down. Obviously, like you're completely valid in being able to experience your emotions. I just feel like this could really consume you. Like something coming could really consume your emotions, consume your thoughts. And this could have happened already, right? This could just be talking about like your current energy of um like what it is that you're currently going through. This could very much so like what I'm seeing this as in terms of a storyline is like some type of bump on the road, some type of obstacle coming into your life, and that obstacle potentially like beating you down or potentially yeah, just like more so just like beating you down. Like it's very easy to kind of like sink into some type of sadness with this. And you have the full moon surrender to the divine, and this is such a I love this card just as like a tarot reader, but I also acknowledge just how obnoxious it sounds as to hear it from the other side of someone being like, oh, just have faith, trust in this process, release any expectations, whatever. But whenever this surrender to the divine card comes forward, card is usually brought forward to somebody when it's like like there's like a plan, right? There's like um a quote in the Bible, funnily enough, that I resonate with, that says that you may not now understand what it is that I'm doing, but later it's going to make sense. That is such a chopped up way for that Bible verse, actually. But it's one of those things where it's just like it may not make sense now, but later it's going to, right? It sounds like such a cop out, and I understand it from the receiving end of things. How much of it sounds like a cop out, but it's like when you have the surrender to the divine, talking about this energy of this is kind of like a tower moment, if I'm gonna be honest. This is like a tower moment based off of some type of close relationship in your life that I feel like High Priestess card does talk about the intuitive nature. So it's like, I feel like it's not gonna be too much of a surprise for you. I feel like it's just, I promise you my reactions is not like in such a negative way. It's more so like how I see this as is just like I see someone on their path of like getting ready to deal with like a lesson, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Is like I can see someone very clearly about to engage in some type of lesson from the universe. And especially with that surrender to the divine card coming forward, it's like this is definitely spiritually charged. This is definitely going to build some character in your life for sure. Yes, it is the anime tarot. It's honestly, I bought it initially months ago, but I didn't use it until recent months. And I really enjoy this deck. I really kind of suggest this deck to anyone that's just getting into tarot. I really suggest both of these decks, honestly, if you're just getting into tarot, because both of these decks are really big. If you have an intuitive nature, both of these decks are really good for intuitive nature, just because of the fact that through the images, I find it a lot easier to connect and relay a message entirely compared to, let's just talk about like the Rider-Waite, right? The Rider-Waite tarot, I personally just do not enjoy in the slightest at all. I feel like it's good for, I mean, obviously it's like a personal preference thing, right? I don't like, this is just tarot cards. Like, I am not an elitist in the slightest when it comes to tarot cards, but I personally don't like Rider-Waite just because of the fact it just feels more manual in the messages. It doesn't feel like as personal. I also appreciate your compliment, by the way, of liking my energy. Hello, Robbie. How are you doing? All right, let's see. Who is going to be next? Diamond, did you say that you're waiting for a reading, Diamond Bolden? Yeah, that's the same for me as well. Like the natural imagery of the classic deck, like while there definitely is imagery there, it just doesn't feel stale's really the only word that I can put for it, but that just sounds so disrespectful. Thoth deck I enjoy a lot pretty well as well. I enjoy the Thoth deck. I haven't used it more so for like um videos. Obviously, I haven't seen them, but I also like I use different decks for different like when together. I kind of view them as like personalities. Hello, Sundisk. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing a lot better than my last live stream. But I'm gonna be doing diamonds next. Let's see. Diamond, can I ask if you're single right now? Because it greatly changes this message. If you are, or if you aren't. Single, okay. This is the type of thing that I wish I could have for like my normal videos, because it's like whenever I'm doing like general messages and like I'm trying to cover like all the bases, it's like I'll end up like speaking really quick just because it's like I'm trying to like encompass like how each of the cards could be broken down in that type of way. But this makes it a lot easier. All right. Oh wow. Okay. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay. I am. I've been doing tarot for years, but I still always will get goosebumps whenever things just align. So let's just jump into this diamond. We have King of Coins for you, and I pulled the clarifier King of Water for you. So this is where I was talking about right off the bat of why this changes the message greatly. I feel like this is talking about some new energy. I feel like this is some type of person coming in to pursue you. I say this because we have Page of Cups coming in with the Life Experience card, Archangel Camuel. So with these two cards, this is like Page of Cups represents the beginning of a new phase in terms of some type of emotion. So Page of Cups comes forward, and I guess it doesn't really have to be in terms of like a relationship, but I just in terms of how these cards are set up, it does speak so strongly of an energy coming forward to you. We also have the Temperance card being clarified with the Lovers card, Archangel Raphael. So you quite literally got like so many cards aligned towards, and this is right in the middle of the energy between the two. So there's such an, I really do feel strongly that someone is coming forward towards you in this way that's able to bring in that stability, right? With that King of Coins, talks about that stable energy. I'm not going to really talk about zodiac signs that I see in this just because I feel like that's just so vague to speak of. And then we have King of Swords as well. Like, I really do feel so strongly in that Judgment card as well. Yeah, I definitely just feel like this is more so just a heads up, Diamond, that someone's coming forward in your life. I normally am not like that. Even in my love readings, I don't usually speak in terms of a way of just being like, oh, someone is like in vagaries where it's just like, oh, someone's coming to you, right? I don't usually speak in that way. But with how these cards are being set up, it's just such a, I guess really the only way. I was going to say the only way to make this really a better reading is if the Knight of Cups comes forward, because the Knight of Cups is like the representation of like your knight in shining armor coming forward to you. And we have this as the back of the deck. Hello, we love those synchronicities, right? We love those synchronicities. So I feel like that kind of like sums up the message of where it's just like someone definitely is coming forward towards you. I still feel drawn though to see like what it is that you could be doing. So the thing that you could be doing during this time while you wait for it is kind of like a it is kind of just like doing asking you need to fix a lot about yourself. I mean, this is a card about shadow work. This is a setup talking about shadow work. So I guess you kind of hit the nail on the coffin here, right? Ten of Wands is talking about releasing some type of baggage, right? Some type of baggage, and when it's attached to the Three of Swords being in reverse, it's some type of hurt that needs to be healed through that. So that the way that you release this baggage, this Ten of Wands energy, is through some type of healing with this Three of Swords from some type of past hurt. Two of Wands Wands as well comes in with the perspective of someone kind of needing to realize their own potential. So I feel like it's kind of important for you to see your own worth in a way. As much of a cop out as that sounds, there is like a level of confidence that I feel like you need to exude for this person to really commit to you. Not commit to you, because that just sounds like you need to prove yourself, but more of like in a sense of you're not going to be receptive towards this energy at all if you yourself don't have a good sense of yourself. Because even if this person were to come forward, I don't see this being fruitful if you're trying to search from a way of like having them complete something in you. Because even though that energy is extremely stable, I mean, when it comes to like extremely stable people, like let's just be real, right? When it comes to like the better quality of person, the more stable the person, the harder it is to keep them down, right? Because it's like um, their standards are just higher naturally, just like how your standards should be higher. It's just random of whoever I feel called to. Hello, Karen. How are you? All right. Let's do Isabella next. Also, how are you guys doing tonight? For those that are new in chat and I haven't had a chance to connect with y'all, how are you guys doing? Thank you so much for checking me out and hanging out with me. I'm going to be doing this every single night. I might be looking at doing this, yeah, for about an hour each night during the month of December. So if I don't get to you tonight, I promise you I will be able to get to you by some other live stream, just because I may not be able to like pronounce your name properly and I may not remember your name right off the bat, but like I'm familiar with energy. So if it's like if you speak in chat and if I don't get to you, I promise you I'll recognize you. Yeah, it's freaking like Sundisc, let me tell you, I whenever I posted the video today, or where I just like spur of the moment decided to do my version of Vlogmas for tarot, where I'm going to be just doing every single day. I'm going to be doing a live stream at 8 p.m. every single night. I may, if I do other live streams, I might try to squeeze in other live streams throughout the day, but I'm not going to consider that part of like my daily live stream, just so I can like connect with you guys every day and be able to give more readings. Hello, Artha. All right, let's get into. Of course, I had in high school. I had a friend named Diamond. Um, in high school, spelled exactly that way. All right, so Isabella, let's get into you. Hello, Sonia. Good night, Jessica. Thank you for stopping. Wait, who is going to bed? Ingrid? I need to come to London. Listen, I'm trying to listen. Anyone that's from London, if you if you're trying to get me to come to London, listen, I'm trying to go to the UK. I'm trying to go to not just the UK. I'm just trying to get out of the US. I want to go into Europe, somewhere in Europe. So, if you're trying to get me to Europe, let's get married. Germany. See, listen, I feel like I have a person like I love anywhere that's not in the I love any type of weather that's dreary, that's cold, where the sun doesn't show up and like anywhere that like the less sun the better for me personally. Let's see. I don't feel no. All right, for you, where is your name? Yes, Isabella. Yeah, the Pacific Northwest is definitely for me. I have fallen in love being here, honestly. Hello, Phoenix. I can get to you next. I would see. Yeah, I love the like. Listen, the more depressing, the more gloomy the weather, the more I'm thriving. The happier I honestly am. All right, let's get into your reading, Isabella. We have, okay, this card kept on wanting to come out for you. Okay, and the King of Water. So for you, Isabella, we have Three of Water paired with the Page of Wands. So there's some type of celebration coming in terms of some type of passion project. So whenever it comes to wands, whatever it is that you're feeling most passionately about, usually this would like, so you would know this the most. It's whatever it is that you're actively trying to manifest the most. Are you trying to manifest a relationship? Are you trying to manifest like a raise at work, so on and so forth? This is what it is that they're talking about in this regard. Hello, wonderful land. We have, and this is where this is kind of like made me like raise my eyebrow, because the life experience card came forward again, and I saw it before and I didn't feel like it was called to you, but I guess it was. Paired with the Ten of Wands, this is letting me know again of where, when it comes to the dynamic with this Three of Water and Page of Wands, I almost feel like there's some type of blockade coming forward to you, but I don't feel like it's in the shape of like something that you yourself need to work on. I feel like it comes from the shape of something else or someone else, potentially kind of like exhausting you. But I don't, it's random. I don't mean the, hello, Carolyn. Oh, Carolyn. Carolyn, I did, I don't know if you saw my reading for you, but if you didn't get my reading, I did your reading, by the way. So check back in the history of the video so you can get your reading, if you didn't get it before. But yeah, with this King of Water and King of Water and King of Wands, I do feel like there's some type of energy that's coming forth to you, or is, coming forth to you, that comes, it serves as some type of blockade in your life. And I don't mean this in an aggressive way. I always feel the need to say that because I don't want it to ever seem as if like someone's like actively trying to be malevolent towards you. I mean, I would say it if there is, but I really don't feel that in terms of this. I really kind of, this is kind of like an energy of someone that's like, kind of like has like their own baggage almost. Someone has like their own baggage and it feels like they're trying to project onto you. And so when you have Three of Water with that Page of Wands, there's almost like this push. I kind of get like a hermit energy a little bit. Like the need to hermit a little bit. Oh no, my phone is at 20%. Okay. Well, I'll do a few more readings before my... So here's the thing, Isabella. I feel with... I'm going to be pulling a couple more cards just to wrap that up, but... I feel so strongly in that... I guess the distraction would be a better word. Distraction would be a better word for it. How long have I been doing tarot? Okay, the exact same cards came out. How long have I been doing tarot? I've been doing tarot for... I want to say... If I'm 25 now, I guess it's been about 10 years. I've been doing tarot for 10 years now. I've been doing tarot for 10 years now. This is the deck. This is not the same deck that I have from before. I have the deck that I've had for 10 years is in my closet. But I've used this exact type of deck, I just have two of it, for over 10 years. Before, when I first started out, I was just like pulling out my, I had a purse at the time. I would whip out my cards from my purse and just read people in school. But yeah, I want to touch real quick back and with you, Isabella, in that with those three cards that popped out again for you, there is definitely some type of like intrusive energy that's intrusive again, just makes it add such a negative thing of where, and I really don't feel it like being that way. How can I make it's kind of like in the shape of like, let's put this as an example, like maybe like you have a friend that has some baggage and it's like you constantly connect to that friend, and they're just kind of like a pessimist, you know, when you have like that friend where it's like you want to support them but it's just like you just don't feel wonderful while supporting them because it's just kind of like you don't know what to do with it. um, or what to do with them, and it just kind of like brings you down. When you have that Page of Wands energy that you had beforehand, as well as your, I don't remember it now, the Three of Water, I really feel like there's a sense of where it's like you're going to be working on something, some type of new beginning for you, and it feels almost as if other energies would like weigh that down. But again, I really don't mean this in like a negative way where like someone's actively going out for that. I really feel like it's kind of like because humans are self-involved, right? We can't help but think about our own stuff, and whoever is coming through has their baggage definitely. Hello, sugar. I say sugar. Hello, sugar tea tears. I call my I call my cat sugar. So that's more so something to I would just say to be on the watch for, Isabella. More so just being like of awareness of being like so that way it helps you build boundaries later on a later point. I just feel so strongly that you're going to be working on something that's new for you, some type of new beginning, right? Some type of new opportunity, and other people would kind of like dampen that in some type of way, in their way, if you don't have the proper boundaries. Yeah. Speaking of which, where is my sugar? I think she's asleep somewhere. She's asleep after she puts a bunch of cat hair on my clothes for the day, so I just have a bunch of lint everywhere. All right, I'm gonna be doing. Let's see. Hello, Haley. Natasha, there was somebody. No, there is somebody that I said first that I wanted to do. I'm glad that was helpful to you, though, Isabella. Right, Diamond? This is such a good energy for the chat. I'm really glad you guys are hanging out with me. You guys are really, really wonderful. Um, let's see. There was somebody that I did say that I would do their reading. I don't remember who it was. Phoenix Blackblood. Phoenix. I said I would do Phoenix. I actually feel like... Phoenix, do you have like a store? Phoenix Blackblood, do you have a store by chance? Your name sounds extremely familiar for some reason. Alright. This is honestly, this deck right here. Oh, take care, Slate. Thank you for hanging out with me. Hopefully I can see you tomorrow or for some other live stream that I'm doing this month. This is my favorite deck ever. I avoid using it publicly too much just because it's a really aggressive deck. But it really gets the message across and it really gets to detail. But for general readings, it kind of is a little bit too aggressive for some people. You have an Etsy. Yeah, your name just seems so familiar for some reason. I mean, I guess Phoenix is like, isn't that unique of a name, but it just, I don't know, it just seems so familiar. Maybe it's just because, maybe it's through Twitter. I'm an extremely active, a little bit too active on Twitter. Hello, how are you doing? See, okay, that's probably why. You follow my Twitter, that's probably why. And if you follow my Twitter, bless your heart. You know the buffoonery that happens on my Twitter. So we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse, the Strength card, the Hanged. I actually don't feel like this Pentacle is in reverse. I do have an Instagram. It's just simple. It's same as my YouTube, Simply Velka. My Instagram is kind of a little bit more boring, just because I just post photos of myself, with sometimes thought-provoking stuff and other times just nothing. But yeah, my Instagram's not all that exciting. My Twitter is my Twitter, if you have a sense of humor, a dark sense of humor, my Twitter is the place to go to. That's where my personality really shines. It's a very polar opposite experience from what you see on YouTube. So, yeah, Twitter is a mess. But that's what Twitter is for, right? Phoenix, we have Three of Pentacles for you, the Strength card, and the Hanged Man. And I pulled as clarifiers for you the High Priestess card, the Knave of Disc, and the Four of Cups. Now, this is like an energy of someone that knows, like, again, it's kind of similar in the sense of where this is like someone being enabled, or someone like, I kind of feel like this is like another person with this Three of Pentacles, because with this Four of Cups and the Three of Pentacles that wanted to be inverted, this is kind of someone that is like not for your best interest. Someone that, what would I say? I used the example of an enabler in one of my readings today. I said someone that like maybe like that likes to drink a lot, someone that likes to whatever. They're not inherently trying to sabotage you or stop you from your own hustle. And I mean, this could also be like, because the High Priestess card, this could just be with yourself as well. I do want to point that out. With this type of card, this could be like very easily like self-saboteur energy of doing something that you just know isn't for your best interest, which would make sense because we did have the Strength card come forward to you, and I always say the Strength card is like the epitome of doing shadow work. So this very easily could just be like in a like your own mindset. So when I say some type of mindset, this could be easily let's say that you wanted to like get your life in order and you wanted to get healthy, you wanted to lose weight. These three cards would come forward and let me know someone that's not actively doing that, someone that is like cheating, having more cheat meals than not, sort of thing, right? This is the kind of spread of what I would see some type of sabotaging energy. Whether that's inner or outer, that's up to you to really decide. I do kind of suspect it's more so with inner at this point with the Strength card, now that I'm thinking about it more. I do feel like it's in that dynamic. Knave of Disc and the Hanged Man comes forward to you. This is where I'm going to kind of give like a heads up, because I kind of see this in my years of doing tarot now. With this and how the storyline is playing out, I kind of see this as where it's like, if you keep up at doing something that's not of good service to you, Spirit is going to kind of give you a Hanged Man moment with this Knave of Cups, of where it's just like, if you continue on down some type of path of where it's just like self-destructive, it's not going to be it's just not, how do I make the wording of it that doesn't sound so dramatic? With this Hanged Man, I was gonna say you're gonna, like, Spirit's gonna leave you out hanging to dry, which I really don't mean it in that way. But I mean it in the sense of Spirit's going to force some type of new perspective in your life for you to get out of this energy. You're going to be forced into a new perspective at some point if you continue on with this type of enabling energy. So it's more so one of those things that like take the matter into your own hands, or if you don't, Spirit's going to give you some type of tower moment of where you're kind of forced to deal with it. Of course, Sacred Meow. Good night, Isabella. But yeah, I also wanted to touch back on, someone did ask what videos to check up on with my other channel that I talked about, the Satan and Sons channel. Anyone that is interested in darker energies or like that is comfortable with the occult, all the videos that we have on there is very wonderful videos. I do have to warn anyone that is that doesn't know anything about the occult and stuff, it may not be of your vibe. So if you are going there with the anticipation of seeing a bunch of zodiac readings, it's definitely not that kind of channel. But yeah, I would say it's such a good, that channel, for anyone that is interested in checking out the occult stuff. The Saint and Sons channel, which I always have in my recommended as well, would be a very good introductory energy towards that. I do readings on there, but the channel in itself is a lot more than just readings, and the readings themselves are based off of demons, right? So if you're not comfortable with that, I don't suggest you doing that, but it is, if you do have an open mind, it is an extremely informative experience. considering the stuff that's been happening with your friend and your spirituality, I'm glad. This is one of those moments as like a reader where it's like I'm glad the reading resonated with you, but because the message in itself was just so like charged in some type of way, it's like, oh yeah, I'm glad that like you're going through stuff and I was right. And that, right? I don't mean it in that way, Phoenix, but the one thing that you can take heart in knowing is that, as ominous as it sounds, it's kind of like spirits watching, right? Spirits like, so it's like if things get too out of hand, that there is change that's going to happen in your life. Hello, Madison. I'm doing good. How are you doing? Good night, Karen. Everyone is going to sleep because it's so late, right? It's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock now. I'm probably, you know what? That's how I'm going to wrap it up, you guys. I'm going to be doing a general, just overall, like, spread. We're going to be doing probably just like a normal one. It's probably going to take me like 20 minutes or so to get through it. But for anyone that's interested at this point, I'm not going to be taking any more singular readings until tomorrow at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, p.m. But if you do feel called to sit here and hang out with me while I do like a general message for everybody, then continue on hanging out with me. My mom is doing good, Steffi. Well, I say good. She's she's hanging in there. I'll say she's hanging in there. Thank you for asking, though. But yeah, if for those, like, I do promise, if you are waiting for a reading from, or if you were waiting for a reading from me tonight, if you come back tomorrow or any other, well, I guess I can only promise you tomorrow, right? If you come back tomorrow and I recognize, and if you say something in chat and I recognize you, I'll put you up higher in my mental list of getting to you. No. All right, let's see. I don't know what song that is, Steffi. Honey, no one wants me to be singing anything, let me be clear. I mean, I was gonna make a joke, but yeah, no one wants me to be singing anything. Not a single note. You know, y'all will say that these readings are on point, but nothing is on point with my singing. Nothing is, no note was being hit anytime I'm singing. Thank you, Meadow. All right, we're gonna be pulling a couple more. Sea of water. All right, so we have the first general spread. Before we break this down, we have 3 of earth, 2 of earth, 3 of water, 4 of cups, the wheel of fortune, and the Hierophant. This is a loaded message. So let's get into this, you guys. We have the 3 of earth with the 4 of cups. 3 of earth is talking about recognition for high quality work and being a team player. So when you have the 4 of cups paired with it, there's some type of opportunity that some of you guys need to start paying attention to. Let's talk about this. Let's break this down a little bit more, right? So since this card is talking about like recognition, some type of recognition, some type of high quality work, when you have the 4 of cups coming forward, this could come in terms of the shape of someone having like, how would I put this? This would be like an energy of someone that has like a really good idea in mind, but they don't do it. and they continue on with like their usual. I feel like that's kind of like what I keep on hearing is someone that's just like continuing on with their usual without. My goodness. Wouldn't it be so gross if I just let out a massive belch in the middle of me trying to give some thought provoking? No. So with this energy, this is like you have like a really good idea in mind, but you don't commit to it. Hello, Tiffany. But you do not commit to it. You don't go forward with it for whatever consideration that you don't, um, whatever reason, whatever excuse that you have for being like, oh, I don't want to go forward with this. I don't want to entertain this energy. Whether it's like you don't think it's going to be successful, whatever. Two of Earth comes in, which is letting me know, like, for some people, this is kind of like the project of, you know, where I, for some of you guys, all of y'all wouldn't be here when I said it, but like, you know how I was talking about how there's needed to be somebody that did cusp, zodiac cusp readings because no one does cusp readings on YouTube, or at least it's not that popular. That would be kind of like that energy of where it's like where I said it's like, oh, I don't have enough time for it because I already have so much going on. You guys, when this message is coming forward, this is like a card saying make time for it. The Wheel of Fortune comes in as the clarifier where it's just like you're getting these ideas and you're ignoring them because your reasoning for it is like you don't have enough time for it. And the thing is, it's like if only you knew like this thing that you say you don't have time for, how much it would truly actually help you to get along with um, forward into your path with whatever it is that you're trying to actively manifest. So when you have like the question, when you have some type of idea and your justification for it is just, or to not do it rather, is to say like I don't have time for it, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, X, Y, and Z, consider the option more. Consider if you're just using this as a fallback excuse. Why am I so pale? The color grading. Consider the fact that you might go deeper with it. Don't just excuse it and just keep it moving. Because we do have the Three of Water with the Hierophant coming in. Three of Water talks about the celebration of something good. And since it is your last pile, you guys, this is telling me that like, if you were to actually commit to this decision, it would actually pan out really beautifully for you. But because you haven't, it's not happening. But this Three of Water, like the Hierophant represents higher knowledge of some sort. So this is like you are kind of being asked to, if you're wanting to actively manifest, if you're wanting to actively have some type of celebration in your life, you need to push yourself a little bit more. I know that's not going to be something that a lot of people want to hear, but you can take comfort in the fact that like spirit's promising you in the best way that they can promise you, I guess, that things would work out in a beautiful way. Like you kind of get the advantage from this reading of knowing that things would, like you kind of know like the positive result from it, sort of thing. So it's one of those things of like how much longer are you going to use the excuse that you don't have enough time for do something or you don't know how to do it. Like, is that excuse really valid when you kind of get the affirmation that it would work out, right? Does that excuse still sound as good as it does before when you realize that it would actually work out? Should you actually entertain it and should you go forward with that sort of thing? So I hate that I actually use myself as an example because now it's making me think that I should actually consider trying to make cusp readings work in some type of capacity. That's exactly what I'm processing that message as. So it's like, it's very interesting, you guys. I want to also say, like, through doing like the monthly readings so far for December, a lot of the zodiac signs were in this push of where it's like it sounds so cheesy and sounds so corny, but I really do feel like the manifestation, the abundant energies are so high right now, you guys. But I really do feel that in the sense of where it's like opportunity is very easily able to present itself to people should you um take the time to do it, should you actually commit to it. Let's look at the moon cards that we have for this. We have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon. It's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio, which I feel like is more so the negativity that you have attached towards whatever this situation is, whatever this Two of Earth situation is with that idea that you have, that you claim that you don't have enough time for. Like, y'all like how I'm projecting at that point? That you're saying that you don't have enough time for is just like, no, if you truly have faith in your dreams, you truly feel like you can make it work, put in the energy, put in the work for it, release this negative narrative that you have. Full moon, it comes in, surrender to the divine. Right? I talked about this earlier. Surrender to the divine is my favorite card in the moon deck, just for the fact that that's kind of like spirit letting you know that you're not alone in this process. Yeah, cusp readings are for people who like are in between two birthdays. So it's like in that transitional period between one zodiac to the other zodiac. So for me, since I'm a Libra Scorpio cusp, mine's on the 20th. So it's like we're leaving the Libra zodiac sign, going transitioning into the Scorpio season. We're leaving this Libra seasons while transitioning into the Scorpio season. That's what so take that with any type of two zodiacs that there are. I don't know the exact rules behind it, but for me personally, I like to think that whatever zodiac that you're closest to in that cusp is the one that you would take most of the traits after. So, for example, since I am on the 20th, the cusp just starts, I think, the day or two before. So, I feel like I just naturally have more Libra qualities than Scorpio qualities, but I can see both, right? But that's just like my own what I tell myself. I have nothing to reference on that. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm that intelligent when it comes to astrology. Finally, the animal cards before I wrap up this stream. We have the manatee card. Accept the situation for what it is rather than trying to change it. We have the camel card. Trust that you have the resources to get you through the challenges before you. And then we have the emu card. This is a good time to go on an adventure. So this is such a beautiful spread, you guys. You quite literally are being pushed again with the Three of Earth. These animal cards are pushing you towards doing something new, pushing you to really do something that um, would be so fruitful for you, and trusting in the fact that you would be able to handle this, trusting in the fact that you would be able to commit to this should you truly make the decision on being able to do this or not. With the manatee card saying accept the situation as it is rather than trying to change it, this could be potentially for people that are trying to force something to work in their, you know, um, how can I use this as an example? Let's say like with the cusp readings. Let's continue on just using myself and putting myself on the chopping block here. Um, me saying like let's say like oh I can't do the cusp readings because I don't have enough time, and then we look at what I'm doing with my life. Let's say like I was actively trying to make something work that just wasn't working. Let's say that I wanted to do, oh, my phone's at 10%, y'all, so let me wrap this up before like I disappear in the middle of the reading. Um let's say before this, like a lot what was eating up a lot of my time before was me what was I doing before? Let's just say that I was like doing mukbangs before. I was trying to make mukbanging work. I was like a mukbang channel. But then I talked about that idea with doing cusp readings. Then I would be making the choices instead of trying to make mukbangs work on my channel that were working, release that like if I'm feeling overwhelmed with my workload, I would release something that just isn't working out that I keep on trying to make work out that just is like banging your head against a brick wall, and to give this new adventure its time of day, right? It's one of those things where it's like, if you don't believe that this would work out, test the waters a little bit. Replace this new adventure with something that is already taking up time for you that wouldn't affect you that much. And that's how you can kind of test the waters. Knight of Wands in the back of the deck energy with the Magician card as well. So this is really much such an heavy energy where it's just like going forward with something and with confidence and being able to truly be able to manifest this with ease once you are able to fully commit to it. Libra Virgo, logical and lusty. That's the thing. Um is Virgo known to be lusty? I honestly don't know too much about Virgo. Uh, but yeah, that's the reading that I have for you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It was a nice. How long have we been on here? Around a minute. A minute. Yeah, I've only been on here for a minute, you guys. No. I really do appreciate it. I've been on here for an hour and a half. Um, I'm gonna be back on here tomorrow, at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm not gonna make promises, but I will just say for those that are here now, I might randomly do live streams throughout the day randomly, not just tomorrow, but throughout any type of day. I might be doing them, so you can just be on the lookout for that. I'm not going to tell you to hit the notification bell because I upload too damn much for anyone to be getting notifications from me, because you'd be getting like 20 notifications a day. So I'm not going to tell you to hit the notification bell, but you might be able to catch me online before 8 p.m. But I love you guys so much, and I won't. Let me just close this reading out. I love you guys. Have a beautiful night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Now that awkward experience of me trying to close out this stream while after I said bye.